and they want to test your network, they want to bring it down.
Why should I care about troubleshooting at all?
I'll tell you some of the challenges I've had recently as well.
Sounds so familiar. Murphy's Law indeed. Love that. And we are live. Good afternoon. Good to be back in the basement.
Well guys, in a video with Jerome Henry, we had a great discussion about innovations in wireless industry in general. We talked about the role of Wi-Fi 6 and 5G. And as we discussed, Wi-Fi is here to stay. So how it would develop further? Is there anything to make it more relevant for our customers?
Yes, and actually to zoom in on one of those developments that we're seeing today, I'm talking about Wi-Fi 6E, we are meeting with one of our best engineers in the company. He is our lead TME, that's a technical marketing engineer. His name is Min-Se Kim. Min-Se, how are you doing?
Hey, thanks, Steven. Good evening. Good morning, whichever time zone that you are in. Yep.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Good. So tell us, what is going on with the innovations and specifically right now on the Wi-Fi 6E?
Absolutely, Steven. Yeah, so Wi-Fi industry is having their second born, booming. I guess the Wi-Fi become an essential element of our daily life. So does for Wi-Fi, technology innovation. So we are moving toward the Wi-Fi next generation, so-called Wi-Fi 6E. And then the first time in the history of Wi-Fi standardization, all the Wi-Fi frequency or the bandwidth that we are talking right now has been defined 20 years ago. Probably not many people know about it. Like when we first defined the Wi-Fi standard, 2.4 gig, 5 gig, those are defined in 1990. So 1999, and then after 22 years, now we are moving to the true next gen, which is 6 gig. And then a lot of exciting development is happening throughout the industry, from the chipset vendors, manufacturers, AP makers, infrastructure vendors. So I'm very excited to see that the whole new innovation coming in to our upcoming era, upcoming days. So I'm working day and night for that. Thanks.
Do you believe that still hardware innovations, like for the access points, are still relevant? So do we still need to care about chipsets, having special chipsets in the access points, and what kind of customer outcomes it can bring?
Absolutely. So in the Wi-Fi world, Cisco has been differentiate ourselves by innovating from hardware all the way up to software stack, like end-to-end kind of a control and offer. And we've been benefiting the customers and industry by offering the whole new set of innovation. In the most recently, our latest Wi-Fi 680 come with the new RF ASICs that has Cisco's own intellectual properties, such as how we can get the off-channel scanning without making any bandwidth impact, or how we can prioritize the key application like a WebEx call or the conference call on the heavy congested environment. So we work with the various vendors such as Qualcomm and Apple, and we all work together to deliver the whole new experience, especially nowadays Wi-Fi being extremely congested. So that's why we've been working toward with the industry level, not as Cisco by ourselves.
One of the things that we hear from the field, other wireless specialists or even customers, they're saying Cisco is proprietary. And what you're describing here sounds like proprietary features and protocols. Is that true?
That's a good point. And then there's a two sides of a coin in this tech industry. So somebody call this as an innovation, but other ones call that as a propriety. And then innovations are truly meaningful when more people will be able to use the innovation. So what Cisco did was Cisco was trying to leverage our 50 to 40% of a market share. So immediately half of the enterprise wireless population will be able to beneficial for Cisco innovation to to our key ecosystem partner. But we do not want to keep it our innovation. Innovation needs to be expanded to even for my daughters and anyone's Wi-Fi connection. So we are working toward converting these proprietary innovation into standard. We've been doing that for the last 2 decades. It was done on one of those WPA3 protocols, such as a PMF, like how we can securely use my network. And if you remember, even 20 years ago, Cisco was the first vendor who prototyped the 802.1x EAP together with Microsoft. And now everyone is using it today as a mandatory security mechanism for any Wi-Fi connection.
So what you're saying here is that a lot of those innovations start as proprietary, but as Cisco is giving them back to the world, they actually become standards, right? Like you said, EIP 802.1x, but also I think that 802.11v, K, and R also started as innovations that at the beginning were proprietary and now they're open standards.
That's true. That's true. One of the things was, especially for the fast roaming has been Cisco's top interest. And then the industry and standard group in IEEE came up with the 802.KVR. But some of those spec was overwhelming, right? So each spec like a course 500 pages and 800 pages with the specification. So industry wants to have interoperable specification. And so we work with the Wi-Fi Alliance, and we work with the key player like Samsung and Apple's, and then the Microsoft, so that with Intel, then we are able to expand the interoperable, the next-gen Wi-Fi experience.
Well, so at this point, we are coming to our traditional set of questions. And the first one that I would like to ask you is about your most memorable day of work. Could you please tell us, Minse, what's the day of work you'll never forget?
So I think it was 2 years ago that I won the Innovation Award, the Pioneer Award in Cisco. So Cisco Wi-Fi technology has been chosen as the best innovation throughout the year. And there was AP4800, which our latest Wave 2 AP with intelligent capture features.
I remember that one, yeah.
Yeah, and the super cool feature.
Yeah, it awesome. Really helped the customer to kind of troubleshoot easily, automatically, and saved a lot of time, saved the weeks and weeks of the troubleshooting effort into just merely a few minutes. So it was the benefit of that technologies.
Because you could actually capture the packets the moment the problem existed, right? So instead of normal troubleshooting, you have to go back and try to replicate the problem and try to capture the packets and see if you can still get it. But thanks to your innovations, actually you could do a packet capture the instant it happened, and you could actually go back, yeah.
Especially at that time, one of the most interesting part of technology was the ability to stitching and decrypting. So because of people on move, right? When you troubleshoot some of the Wi-Fi experience of VoIP over roaming environment, then you need to capture from multiple AP. Same time, you don't know which AP that customer will connect to, and that all the packets are also encrypted over the air. So it was pretty difficult to get the actual data set, actual frame exchanges, but our ICAP intelligent capture was able to solve the problem.
You did it. And is it now available in Wi-Fi 6 access points as well?
Absolutely. When we build a Wi-Fi 6 access point, then intelligent capture was the de facto standard. So and the last time the customer need to upgrade their software, but in the Wi-Fi 6, now it comes with default. Wow. Customer can leverage that features throughout the Cisco DNA Center.
Awesome. So our last question, and we are asking this to everyone as well, and I hope you're ready for this, Minse. We want to ask you, can you show us your home Wi-Fi?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It may not so pretty, but yeah, I'm happy to share how I work and how I use my how I spend my day of life. All right, so let me move on from my station. So my stations are a bit dirty. I have a bunch of things going on over here. But so here's let me start with my own home. I mean the office connection. So this is a little my little IDF station. So you
Uh-huh.
see, this is my office AP. I don't know if you can see this blue right. It
We
means
can
that I'm
see it.
connected.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
it serves as my alpha, my corporate network. So I don't need to use a VPN or anything. And
Perfect.
then my phones, and then yes,
And your
I got my
mouthpiece. I
phones,
can see
and
your
there's my
mouthpiece.
VPN devices for my redundancy. So I have like a dual corporate backup. Yeah, my life saving. And then this is the interesting part. So I'm connected because I don't have any wired connection between my first floor, where my cable modem located, to my
Uh-huh.
second floor here. So I use my the home, I mean Wi-Fi, like a Eero devices, to create the bridge network.
Ah, okay.
If I go to my main station,
Ooh,
sorry.
you have a nice house. I love this. And I love the shoes there.
And then this is my usual desk place hangout with Netflix and
Uh-huh.
all. And then
Perfect.
here's my cable modems going all the way connected to my station. So this is my
Uh-huh.
little stations where I have my home server,
Yep.
and then my little Intel nukes, and there's another Eero that's providing a bridge connection to my first floor. And
Yep.
then this is my home network. So I'm using the 91.2, what a luxurious system. This is my home
Brilliant.
SSID. And then, well, I can use everything for my one, but I'm using my second floor AP to provide a corporate access directly. So this is
I
kind of
love
my
that.
setup.
Love it.
And then I'm pretty much enjoying, wait a minute, well, I'm sharing my home.
Why
Hope
not?
that like my little tour here. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It is
Absolutely.
beautiful.
So, okay, as my neighborhood, and okay, let me back to my station.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, with that, we are at the end of our recording. Minze, thank you very much for being with us. Sylvia, do you have any last words for our listeners and for Minze?
Yeah, I just want to join you and say thank you for Minse and for our dear listeners that you are still with us and listening to us. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. See you next time.
Thank you, everybody.